to today's crystal ball reading. I've had a lot of issues with connection with the internet today, so I don't manage to stay on today. I will try again tomorrow. Um, yeah, I know it happens occasionally. My connection issues do get a little bad. My internet issues, but yeah, today's been really terrible. So Lilith, hello and welcome. So Lilith says I was able to post in the community tab. Amazing. Thank you so much for letting me know that because it just popped as a new thing, and I was like, oh, I don't really know what this is, but it seems good. It seems like a good thing to have for just building the community a little bit more, people connecting a little bit more. It doesn't always have to be me posting. That would be nice. It'd be nice to see. You guys' ideas, post, updates, anything you want to put in there would be amazing. Lilith, thank you so much. Rock artist, hello. Maya, hello. I'm really good. I'm just a bit worried about the connection. So I'm going to try to be on here for an hour. We'll see if it's possible. Some prayers. Praying to the internet gods right now. See how we can go. Jan, hello, it's nice to see you. Jasmine and Sadia, hello. So yeah, going right into questions, absolutely fine. I will go over the cards. So I'll go over the cards that we have. Please like the video. I would really appreciate that. And I'll just go over the cards that we have before I get into the questions. So we do have quite a few. So we have the unicorn. We have the yin yang. We have the angel. These angel ones this time. Love cards. Pretty much sticking with the ones we usually use. Akashic. Chakra. We haven't had those in a while, I don't think. And we do have Witch's Wisdom and Spellcasting as well, within reach if you want one of those. But yes, so let's get to questions. And let's hope that I can stay on for a decent amount of time. So I think Sadia was the first question. Oh, and I'm well. I think I did reply to that. I'm well. I really hope you guys are all well as well. So Sadia says, I want to know, is my cousin gets a son from his second marriage with his cousin. So if the cousin gets a son with the second marriage, okay? So just in case people are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies, and you're very welcome to ask questions for the crystal ball. Specific questions, please, not too broad, not too open. If you're new, I would appreciate if you put your full name and date of birth with your question. It just helps me connect with your energy in the first instant. But you don't have to keep doing that. Eventually I'll know you, we'll connect. So, Sadia, let's look at this. A son from the second marriage, okay? Yeah, I'm getting quite a high energy, high possibility with that. Jan says, why exactly did crash out on the 15th? What happened between her and Kaden? She deleted all of her Discord stuff, okay? Yeah, so it seems like he expressed his annoyance in a more direct way than he usually does, and it seems like he was a little bit clear cut and maybe a bit mean about his position in not really wanting to be in a relationship as such. So it does seem like he was just a bit more direct and a bit more, really putting his annoyance out there. I wouldn't say anger, I don't feel like it's that strong. Lilith, would you be able to see if you see any children in my future, okay? So it's interesting, it actually does look like your kind of love path, the path, that kind of path of love, children, things like that. it does seem like there's a bit of a shift, a bit of an alignment being made. So what I am seeing is this kind of potential possibility here of one. So I'm seeing this kind of potential there. It's not super clear. It does look like you're having some kind of shift, but it does seem like this is a potential on that path. But yeah, so I would say one for quantity of children. I would say one. So Jasmine, what are the twin flames' thoughts regarding the message I sent him? Okay. Oh, and just also to bear in mind, because something came through, sorry Jasmine, but just to go back to Lilith, sometimes if there's an alignment and there's a child being shown on the path, sometimes it can be a child of the person who you'll meet, if that makes sense. So it kind of depends where you're at on your path. Yeah, so just to clarify, because it's not super clear, but there definitely is something there. Something there. Jasmine, what are the twin flames' thoughts regarding the message I sent him, okay? So the main kind of emotion I'm getting at the moment is there's a lot of worries coming up. So worries coming to the forefront. But in terms of thoughts, I would say that it's kind of overthinking, like going over it, going over and over it. And there's a bit of worry there. There's a bit of worry. Um okay, hang in there. Megha, are current feelings and next actions for me, okay? So the feelings do seem to have dropped a tiny bit. I don't feel like it's anything to worry about. It just doesn't feel as strong as it has felt in the past. It's still good. There's still love and care and, attraction and things like that. I'm just noticing, I do like to say, for people who I'm checking on things and it's kind of ongoing, it does seem like a little bit of a dip. So I will just mention that. But in terms of next actions, I still feel like there's, wanting to keep communication up, wanting to keep meeting up and things like that. Not seeing anything big, like any big plans of action, but kind of keeping momentum going, which I think has been a theme for a while. And just out of curiosity, as I am live, if anyone could tell me if I'm super pixelated or if you can see me clearly or anything, because I'm just a little bit worried about it. I mean, I will get its sources eventually, but it goes up and down. Some days it's really great, so it kind of it lulls me into a false sense of security sometimes, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, and then the next day I'm like, oh no, I need to do something about this. So Maya, which feeling has my ex Samuel for me? We are kind of friends, okay? Yeah, I don't feel like anything that's too negative, but I do feel like it's very low and kind of platonic. I don't feel anything romantic, is what I would say. Jan, why did Kaden lash out at me the 16th? Was it just him projecting over things with Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's definitely like carrying those low emotions, and kind of maybe not dealing with them correctly. Um, Sasitha, hello and welcome. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but hello and welcome. Maya, my ex Samuel Aries is sometimes mean to me. Why is he sometimes mean? Okay. There does seem to be a little bit of anger about the past, regarding the past. That comes up at times. It's almost like just not fully healing and not fully dealing with that breakup properly, fully. And that can happen. Healing is a difficult process, and hopefully he fully heals. And I don't like to hear that he's mean to you, But yeah, it seems like there's just a little bit of unhealed energy in there, specifically regarding to or relating to your breakup, the breakup that you guys had. Mega, how did our think of me and our time we spent together today? Yeah, I feel like contentment. I feel like, yeah, it's that very kind of content feeling, like kind of just happy for things to go on as they are. There's attraction, there's care, there's happiness. It seems good. Yeah, I just noticed a kind of a little bit of a dip in that energy. Jasmine, why did he respond to my messages with a thumbs up? Okay. Yeah, there definitely seems to be a bit of a uh maybe if I can express the energy properly, maybe like a sarcastic kind of feeling, a sarcastic kind of response. Kind of, I feel like a lot of um it's almost like a lot of emotion, a lot of things going on in the mind, and just kind of being a bit annoyed and fed up. And yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of a almost sarcastic energy response. Unfortunately, it just kind of seem like that. Kevin, hello. Abdul Rahman, hello. Maya sees a unicorn card. Yes, of course. Here we are. So we have discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. When we get the message to keep our dreams a secret and we get discernment, it often means that there's someone on the path at the moment, or that will be in the path pretty soon, who doesn't have your best interest at heart. They could be a bit egotistical, they could be a bit of a backstabber, Don't be too vulnerable with people you don't trust. Don't overshare with people you don't trust, basically. So guys, if you are new, I'm Venus, welcome. The questions are free. It's just specific questions for the crystal ball. And yeah, um, please put your full name and date of birth with your first question, just to help me connect with your energy. But yeah, you can ask as many questions as you want. Have respect for other people in the chat though. Don't spam with all of your own questions. Don't double post questions. I'm behind in the chat. I go through an order. I'll get to you eventually. Yeah, I can I can take time to get to you. It's free, but just have patience. Jan, what does Kaden mean by nor do I think we can hang much in the future too? Is he just done with me, or is he creating distance due to M? He is contemplating being done with you. I definitely don't think the decision is there. The decision is made. But he's contemplating it and putting it out there. Mega, a love card for me and all. Absolutely. Here you are. So you have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So it doesn't always mean that you have interest in a new person. It can mean that there's somebody that's maybe they're getting in the way a little bit. A new person, they could be interested in you. They could be interested in your partner, and they may create a bit of an issue, or it may just be simply they express feelings and you say no, thank you. It could be super simple, but it's just a warning that someone new will express feelings in you or your partner. So just be a bit mindful of that, I suppose. Yeah. Kevin, what are H's thoughts and feelings for me? Did he ever have any romantic feelings for me? Okay. I get a no on that, actually. I get a no on that one. Acacia card for Lilith, of course. So you have the waterfall. So the waterfall has two meanings, depending on what resonates with you, basically. So the first one is if you are actually generally an over emotional person, then it's saying, you might need to do some work on balancing your emotions, just kind of working on your emotional kind of self, your emotional side. If you do think you're an over emotional person, you think that resonates, then yeah, just balancing your emotions a little bit, trying to work on them a little bit is just guidance to do that. But if that doesn't resonate and you don't feel you're a super emotional person, it can actually be that it's more in regards to a specific event. So what that means is there will be an actual person who will try to evoke a negative emotion in you. So they might try to get you to be angry, they might try to get you to be upset, try to get you to lash out in some way. And you just have to be mindful of that. Try not to let them do that. Step into your power, be calm, be collected, and just don't let them bring that emotion out to you. Maya says a yin yang card, of course. So you have cosmic and purpose. So one thing with this is it can be a very positive message that you're kind of leaning towards, gravitating towards, actually fulfilling part of or all of your life purpose. So that's great. But can also be more about that cosmic mission, starseed guides, and things like that. So if you're particularly connecting with your guides, you might find that you connect with star seeds, your star seed origins. So yes. So Richard Carlos says, does she love me? So yeah, so like I said, if to connect with your energy in the first time, I do really appreciate full name and date of birth because it does help me. I feel like the answers are more accurate. It's like when you see a psychic in person, they can connect with your energy because you're right there. But I'll still do it. Any questions where you don't put that, I will still try it. Just kind of a warning that it might not be quite as accurate if I'm not fully connected with you just yet. But Richard Carlos, does she love me, okay? So I'm actually getting a no on that. It doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't care, there isn't attraction and things like that, but sometimes it's just not built to that level of love, feeling love or being in love. But I am getting a no on that. Mega, and I'm sorry as well, I don't like to give the negative answers, but I do have to say what comes through. So Mega, how is our feeling about me traveling overseas? I feel like pretty okay, like pretty calm, pretty okay. Um, there might be a little bit of worry, a little bit of kind of um, hoping you're okay, hoping you're safe, like missing you a little bit and things like that when it occurs. But generally, it seems okay. It does seem okay. Oh, we have a super sticker, Maya. Thank you so much. So yeah, I really super stickers and people being members, super chats, anything like that. Any support to the channel is greatly appreciated. There will always be free readings here, but yes, absolutely adore you guys for just being so supportive of the channel. So love, light and blessings to Maya. Shout out to Maya. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Guided by Universe, hello and welcome. Angel card for Maya. There we are. So we have peace. Peace. Archangel Camille. And peace comes from remembering that only love is real. So yeah, love is the highest kind of energy of all, And when we sit with that thought, we can just become more peaceful, make ourselves more peaceful, calm down a little bit. Let's see. Jan, why did Caden tell me that I can't accept reality? All we've done lately is play together. I haven't flirted and he asked me to hang 80% of the time. Okay. So it just seems like at the moment he really does have a strong aversion to this idea of reconciliation, this idea of you guys being together, and it's kind of in his mind that you really want that, and that he kind of feels like even when you're acting like you don't, that's still in your mind. So he's just kind of getting, I feel a little bit like he's kind of fed up with just really anything to do with love path or relationship in general. So it doesn't really seem directly linked to you, but you're definitely involved in that. Kevin, do you, any guy from Capgemini, being interested in me romantically in August or September? If so, any description, okay? So I actually am picking something up, but it's very small because it's it's more distant. So it's a little bit far. I would say it's more distant future than near future, basically. And all I'm really getting with this person at the moment is that they're older. They're older than you. But we can keep a check on that. It just looks quite distant. Maya says a love card for the person I'm thinking of. Yes. Deception. So unfortunately, it's not the greatest card to get. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, but this is kind of interesting because it does link to your unicorn card of discernment, because your discernment card was saying things like, um, be mindful about who you're sharing yourself with, who you're being vulnerable with, and all things like that. So, and don't forget that even though these are romance angel cards, they can sometimes link to other relationships that are very close to us, like friendships, family relationships. Sometimes, any relationship where there's kind of love, there's a bit more of a depth, a deepness. So just be mindful, because it does seem like someone might be trying to backstab you, or they might be doing something just not too great. They might just be super egotistical, and just it's not necessarily anything that, like, they don't like you. It's just they would use you to get ahead. Some people are like that. It's nothing personal to you. That's just the kind of person that they are. Angel card for Megha. There we are. So we have gentleness. Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So, Megha, sometimes we do get a little bit more sensitive. So, when we get this message, it's important to try your best. It can be difficult sometimes, but try your best to stay away from like overly polluted areas, or being in overly polluted areas for too long. And yeah, things like foods with a lot of additives in, sweeteners, like a lot of different unnatural kind of additives. Maybe trying to eat a little bit more healthy at the moment, because when we're sensitive like that, it can be part of going through like a how do you say it, like a not necessarily a transformation, but a well, how do we say it? Like not an awakening, but you know what I mean, like a bit of a shift, like a shift on your path. Maybe an awakening, something like that. Transformative period might be the best way to say it. Jasmine, why did he respond so fast to my message? Okay. Okay, so it seems like he was in the vicinity of the SO, and it was kind of like not wanting them to see. It was almost like a quick reaction, and that's how it seems, and then kind of a clicking off or putting it away. Jan, why is he allowing his connection with M to bleed through and affect ours so much? Like, he crashed out over 2 hours I had with him. Meanwhile, she has spent every single day with him. Yeah, I mean, not there isn't really much that comes through for it, because it just seems to be kind of like where he's gravitating to, what his preference is. It's just what he wants to do. So it's not like there's a specific reason that's like really deep, or anything like that. Maya says Acacia card, please. Yes, of course. Here you are. So you have the King of Keys. So the King of Keys is quite a nice one. Generally, it tends to be about a male figure who they're going to help you in some way, and generally it tends to be on the kind of root path. So generally it would be like, usually it's like the home setting. So you could meet someone who you want to move in with, or you could yeah, meet someone you're going to move in with, or you might, both move into like a brand new place together. It's that kind of energy, so it's keys. So it usually does link to the home setting, moving in, moving out, but very positive male energy. It can be a romantic relationship. It can be someone who's just going to help you a little bit, maybe they're not romantic, but they just help you in some way, help you get a good deal, good mortgage, whatever it might be. Um, very positive male figure, and it does tend to be, like I said, the home setting, but very occasionally it can link to work as well. So it can be work. So it could be like meeting a romantic partner at work, or it could be again like a male figure helping you get a good job, helping you get the job that you want. And my wait there. Mega, how will my connection be with R during me being at distance overseas? Okay. It just seems like communication might drop a little bit, and you might have to be a little bit careful and try to keep communication up, I would say, is like the main guidance. Um, and Maya says a chakra card. So you have, you have the crown chakra and you have creation. So do bear in mind, whichever chakra you pick, there might be some guidance to working on that chakra a little bit, healing it or opening it, balancing it. But having creation at the third eye is really great. It generally talks about your higher spiritual abilities. So creation could be, it could be very physical, like, bringing a child into the world and manifesting that. But can also be, manifesting different things, your whatever manifestations you want, and your spirit team, your spirit guides kind of helping with that. But yeah, creating things. So creating, manifesting, crown chakra, very nice. Kevin, do you see A and Tanya D being good friends with each other, and how do you see their connection improving? Okay. Yes, actually I do. It seems a little bit slow and steady, but it does seem like there's a little bit more time, like a gradual progression of more time being spent together. I do see that. Maya says a witch's wisdom, of course. So oh, you have intensification, and it's Stonehenge. It's very, very beautiful. So what messages we get here is the progression of your like kind of spiritual abilities, your heightening, your awakenings, your transformative periods. There might be some intense shifts, some intense energies. So you're definitely called to ground in general for your own self, ground, send some of that intense energy to the earth, but also focusing on, we're all light workers in kind of different ways, and we all have things that maybe we're a little bit better at than other people. And it seems like you're being called at the moment to work with earth healing. So there might be points of the earth you might be drawn to, maybe astrally or even physically, to go there and kind of heal and help different parts of the earth as well, as part of your light working journey. So that's very nice. Miss Venus, hello, welcome. So nice to see you. Jan, was Caden telling me the truth when he said he's not really interested with dealing with it anymore, as in referring to me not being able to come to terms with reality? I guess a yes on that. I do get a yes. Spellcasting for Maya. And you're getting Spirit Guide. So you're getting Spirit Guide there. I feel like it's affirmation of the last two cards you've got. Crown Chakra, you're a light worker. So all of these things are coming up. They're all interlinked with each other. But your guides can help you. And I think a lot of the time we get these messages, your guides can help you, your guides are there. And I just think that it's always, it's like an affirmation. Like sometimes we need kind of confidence. We need to be reminded. So I think that's really nice. Mecca says, is there anything R is keeping from me? And if yes, what could that be about? Okay. The only thing I really feel that he's keeping from you is there's some flirty energy that there has been with other people. but it feels very past to me. It does feels like an energy that's not really present at the moment. It's not really you know what I mean? Like he used to do it, but doesn't seem like it's happening now. But it does seem like there was no discussion about that. Jasmine says, "What does he think? I think of things as of now." He feels like you're upset and let down, I would say. Sajgal, is returning to me? And nice to see you again, Sajgal. Is returning to me? It seems like it's a possibility. It seems slightly less prominent, but it does seem like a possibility. Like maybe just under 50% possibility, I would say. Unicorn card for Megha. Growth. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. Sometimes we do have to kind of accept that we're in the learning, the student position at the moment, you know? But you can shift and change from that when you have a lot of knowledge in a certain area. You will shift to the teacher energy. But we do have to, it's really important to be the student sometimes, you know? You learn a lot, it's very good. But we can be called to shift into that sometimes. Kevin, do you see that my possibility of going to Europe, UK for masters will be anything related to my cousin H? Will do it from there too. Is there any correlation to it? Yeah, actually it does seem like this is possible, like both going. Yes, I do see the possibility of that. Guys, if you have not liked the video yet, please do like it. I greatly appreciate that. And like I said, if I'm like really pixelated or buffering, please do comment that because I'm trying to see, you know, what's going on with my internet basically. So Jan, was he wanting me to reply to him? Was he surprised or taken aback that I just didn't say anything and send the reply I was typing up? Or what does he think of this? I don't feel like there was wanting you to reply back. I feel like there's a little bit of relief energy coming up there. Miss Venus says, update on my love path. Is it more settled now? Like, is the new compatible partner aligning for me now? Okay. Yeah, I would definitely say yes. There's a settled energy there, and the rally is a kind of a very high vibration of love there. I'm not seeing a specific person or feeling like a chord or you know like any kind of visual to a person, but that the love energy is very high and it seems very. Maybe I would say it seems lighter than it has seemed you know recently. Excuse me. Mecca says, will I meet R before the 24th of August again? And if so, how will it go? Yeah, it seems I'm getting like a high possibility of one, and it just looks good. Like I know I'm saying like there's a little bit of a drop in the energies, but it's not bad necessarily. It's just if I notice it, I do like to say it. There's still good energy there, you know. There's still care, attraction, you know, all of those nice positive energies. So yes. Maya, what does Helen, the girl of the UK, think of me? Okay. So I'm getting very positive energy, like thinking quite highly of you actually. I think that seems quite nice. Saj girl, is Marcus taking action to see me? I get a no on that, unfortunately. I'm really sorry to say. Jan, do you see what happened with me and Caden? Do you see what happened with me and Caden affecting things? Like him having no more attraction in the forefront or him no longer hanging out with me this month? Um, I'm just trying to. Do you mean like? Excuse me. Do you mean like Was there something specific that's had impact on this like current change? I think you mean. Yeah. Let me see. I think that's what you mean there. So let me just see that. Yeah, I would say that the distance has some impact. Yeah, I really would say that. I mean, I know in a lot of cases like distance makes the heart grow fonder, people say that, but it's certainly not always the case, There's definitely an out of sight, out of mind energy with some people as well in some situations. Jasmine, what exactly is he worrying and overthinking about? I would certainly just say if I'm doing the right thing. Is this the right thing? Am I going to regret this? That kind of thing. Although I suppose, there is like some energy of being a bit assured or a bit, confirmed, whatever you might say. But there is still a bit of worry going on there at the moment. Miss Venus says Omar's thoughts and feelings towards me. Omar, okay. Yeah. So I'm really still seeing very positive, very vibrant, very. This just still seems to come up quite often on the mind. It feels. I do feel like there's a little bit of maybe feeling a little bit hopeless, maybe feeling a little bit like you know things might you might pass each other. You might just not cross paths, like kind of the opposite of crossing paths. Going in opposite directions. I do feel like there's a little bit of concern about that, but ultimately, I feel like the emotions are the same, and I feel like the amount that you're on the mind is still quite often. Mega, what was our emotionally sorry, why why was our emotionally closed off today during our time together? Okay. Yeah, this definitely resonates with that dip that I was feeling. I feel a little bit like there's concern, maybe. I feel a bit like there's concern. I feel like it might just be linked to the fact that you're going to spend time like very distant, like that you're kind of going away. I feel like it might just be linked to that because I don't feel like it's holistic concern about the whole relationship. It feels about just one thing, one kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like that can improve. I feel like that can get back to where it was. Jan says when is heart to heart or any more in-depth combos. Okay. So yeah, the possibility is looking pretty low at the moment, at the current moment. It does look pretty low, and I'm sorry to say. I do feel like kind of the end of this month, beginning of next month, could see kind of a bit more of an in-depth conversation. But I don't really feel like there's any. It doesn't feel like negative energy, but it doesn't feel super positive. It doesn't feel like, confession of feelings or getting to a real solution. But it just feels like maybe a little bit of a deeper conversation. Hopefully it can be an instigator to more. But yeah, it just seems a little bit at the moment. Jasmine says you're clear, and Rock Artist says clear. Oh, I'm so glad. But it's so unfortunate because actually, it doesn't really matter if you can see me right now. Whereas the spell, I really would have liked you guys to see that. So yeah, it's really a shame that one was ruined. I mean, Crystal Ball's the favourite, I'm glad that I'm connected, but you don't really need to be able to see me. If I was pixelated right now, it really wouldn't matter. But the spell looked nice. It's a shame. It's a shame how those things go. It's still burning over there. I will post a little update soon. So let's see. Kevin says, do you see me doing any courses or certificates next year or rest of this year, which will be beneficial to me, okay? Yeah, it definitely feels more like next year, but I am getting a yes. Lilith, thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for letting me know. I'm well. Hey, hey, hello, welcome. I'm very well. I hope you are well. Miss Venus, whose intentions and most prominent action towards me and when? So I'm guessing that this like asking to meet again, but it certainly it feels very imminent. Like it feels like it could be tomorrow, you know, it feels like it could be really, really soon. So I would say within the current chapter, and I don't feel like you're only just stepping in to the chapter you're in. I feel like you're maybe even almost through it or halfway through it. So I would certainly say within maybe 4 to 6 weeks. But it feels like it could be imminent. Like it literally just feel like it could be tomorrow. Um but yeah, I definitely feel like asking to meet, arranging to meet, maybe saying should we do this? Should we do that? A bit of a plan and like kind of proposing it to you, I suppose. That kind of energy. Thank you. We got 20 likes. I really appreciate that. AA says I get excited when I see you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm really making an effort, guys, to get on with more crystal balls now. Like even though at the moment I'm only doing an hour, so we actually do unfortunately only have 20 minutes left. But that's just because I started a bit late, you know. Um, I was a bit busy. I started a bit late. We'll do between an hour and 3 hours whenever we can, and I'll definitely be jumping on a little bit more. I'll give some updates in a moment as well about the streams that are coming up. So if you are looking for, a flower reading, maybe tea leaf, something like that, I will update on that. So Ali, I'm sorry, AA Ali's thoughts for me today. Very positive. Actually, I feel a little bit like this is you're more in the forefront of the mind. Sometimes it's like it can vary. Sometimes you're at the forefront. Sometimes it's kind of positive but passive in the background a little bit. It feels like you're a bit more forefront on the mind today. Definitely thinking about like the way you look. Thinking about spending time with you, things like that. So yes. Nor says, oh, Nor says, does Faisal see Noor as his person? Okay. It feels like it feels like seeing this as a strong possibility. It feels like more like seeing this as a strong possibility rather than like fully confirmed that you are the one for life kind of energy. Sadia, thank you. I'm so amazing. Jan, when will he text me and what will he say? What when he does text me? At the moment, it feels like kind of low prominence, but it does seem like in the low prominent kind of part, it does seem like there could possibly be a little bit of an apology, and it's kind of more like I didn't mean to be so harsh, We can kind of still hang out a little bit. That kind of energy. It doesn't really feel like anything huge, but yeah, that's what I'm there. Unfortunately, it's a little low prominent. I wish that it wasn't, but unfortunately, it is. And I just have to blow that candle out now because it's literally at its end. One moment. There we are. Okay. So, Kevin, is giving and clearing CFA exam aligned with my highest abundant path? I guess a yes on that. Mega, what will my family overseas think of me at the wedding about me and my dresses? Will they find me attractive? Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel the energy of like you look great. You know, I do feel that kind of nice energy. Overall. And AA, Ash's thoughts for me today. Yeah, so this is a vast kind of contrast to the other question because it seems very very low. It seems very kind of maybe you haven't even really been on the mind today. Not that it feels like there's anything negative. It just feels like maybe there's distraction. Maybe there's focus on other things. Just doesn't really seem like you're very present there. Rock artist says I feel used at times as I do more. I'm not really sure what you mean, but I don't like to read that. You feel used? Oh no! Why? Oh, that's really not great. I do not like to read that. Kevin, if yes, when should I give my CFA level 1 exam, which year, okay? I'm guessing next year for that one as well, so it seems like maybe next year there's a bit more of a learning curves again, learning processes. Jasmine, what are his thoughts about me? They're very kind of contradictory. It's almost like you feel like daydream. You feel like a fantasy in a way, and it's almost like um, there's trying to pull away from that, trying to suppress that. That's really what comes through strongest. AA says, why isn't Asha replying? There's definitely distraction with other things, and there's definitely kind of like higher priorities, like things that Asher is putting at a really high priority, and you're kind of like not at the top of that priority list at the moment, unfortunately. Jack, during M's crash out, did she bring me up, or did Kaden bring me up to her? To 16th, and if so, what was said? Okay, so did she bring you up, or did Kaden bring you up? Okay. I'm guessing a no on that actually. I'm guessing a no on that. It seems like there's less conversation about you these days. Maya, which intentions has my ex Samuel with me? Okay. If at the moment it really does just like friendly, exes, there may always be some. Even if the feelings are totally gone, the potential of them coming back is common because a spark can be relit, or that attraction that we had can kind of come back, that magnetism, But at the moment, it seems very friendly. Mega, how will my Canada trip go? It all feels very, very positive. Feels very, very positive. It feels like there's a little bit of emotions, like there's a bit of an emotional moment, it seems, but it seems mostly positive. AA says card for my career. Let's do chakra. We haven't had chakra for a while. So here is chakra. Oh, we have growth. We have growth and the heart chakra. So when we link the growth heart chakra card to our finances, our career kind of path, of course, it's a very positive message when we get growth. This can suggest leveling up. It can suggest even going somewhere new but with a higher pay or higher opportunities, higher benefits, and just growth, improvement, growth, and just things getting better, things going higher. So it's very positive, especially linking to career. But we can't ignore that it's also the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is kind of like our emotional side, our connections. So sometimes it can be that the growth that we have in our career can sometimes be based on things like networking, getting to know people who we're friends with as well, and also in the workplace. If you're not working remotely, it's important to get on with people at work, to, to remain peaceful, remain in good spirits, So the heart chakra can be important in the workplace. We don't often think of that, but it can be. So if you do feel like a little bit off, or like there's a bit of a tiff with someone, or you want to expand, reach more people networking maybe, I would say to focus on your heart chakra. Sadia, would you be able to see my kids with my DM in future? Okay, yeah, let's look at that. Yeah, so the potential I'm seeing here is two. The potential I'm seeing here is two. Getting a strong female energy for one, but I can't confirm that's both. Pumpkin, hello, welcome back. I do believe we have met previously. Does Ronaldo know I cheated on him? Is it fixable or should I move on altogether? Oh my! Well, I'm sorry to read that, but when we know we've done wrong and we try to work on it and want to get better, there's always a possibility. I feel like, some people do hold space for that. So let's see what we get. Does he know? And is it fixable? Okay. So I'm just getting like slight suspicion. I'm not getting knowing. So yeah, I wouldn't say fully confirmed knowing, but I get like a hint, some kind of hint. I don't feel like it's just totally in the dark, if that makes sense. But is it fixable? Let's see what we can get for that. Unfortunately, the fixable kind of path does look pretty low prominent. So it just seems possible because I can see it's there. But it's just very low prominent. So I do have to say that. Unfortunately, I am sorry to say, but there's a potential there. There's an opportunity there. So maybe you can work on it. Just looks a little bit low prominent. So I suppose just have that in mind. That it might not be the most prominent path. You may not go down that path together, but there is an opportunity. Jan, will he apologise to me over what he said, and will he admit it was over M? Get to know on that. Violet, hello, welcome. Kevin, what would be my future spouse personality and behaviours like? So I do get kind of like a playful, light-hearted, kind of jokey, humorous energy that comes through, like a very smiling, kind of comfortable person to be around kind of energy. But I do also get very, very stable, very likely to be in some level of routine, quite responsible, quite stable, that kind of energy. AA says, what does Asha love about me? So I'm really being directed at the moment to memories. I'm being directed at the moment to, it's almost like um, things we've done or, together that I'm kind of holding on to. It's that kind of energy, like I'm holding on to something or some things that we've done together, experiences. Mega, the woman Amy from Canada is honest with me. So is Amy honest with you, okay? Actually gets a yes on that, so that's nice. Mega, in how many days can I expect to meet R again? So I would say 3 to 4, but I don't feel like it's a set in stone. Like it's definitely going to happen, but I do feel like there's a chance of it. Jan, when will we hang out next? I would say the beginning of September. Kevin says a love card, of course. There you are. So you have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So just pay attention. I think it's an important message as well, because it can help us to dodge the directions we're not supposed to go in, And it's always a good idea to maybe lower. You don't have to take your rose tinted glasses off completely. The honeymoon period's always nice, but remember to lower those rose tinted glasses every so often and be honest. Be honest, because I think sometimes people have flaws, but we can see they're working on them, or we can see that they have potential, and that can be okay. But it's also about being very honest. Like, this person seems like they're working on it, seems like they're growing. I'll hold space for a certain amount of time, you know? And if, you know, you have to just kind of give yourself, you have to have your boundaries whilst also holding space for people, you know? So you can completely cut someone off over a red flag if you want to, but I'm just saying sometimes the negative traits are things that we can kind of hold a bit of space for if they're willing to grow, you know? Firebird, how did Miss W feel about seeing me on video call today? I'm feeling kind of like nervous, like a nervous energy, maybe anxiety, anxious, you know? Lisa says romance oracle. Yes, of course. Here we are. So we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. Interesting. So I will just say, because I'm almost up to an hour now. So if you are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. You're very welcome to leave a question. They are free. It's just if you like kind of urgently need your question answered, or you're just being generous, you're very welcome to send a super chat, of course. But it's not necessary. There'll always be free readings on this channel. But yes, like, you know, the supers are greatly appreciated and everything. But if you're new, please put your full name and date of birth with your question. It just helps me connect with your energy a little bit. So if you're new, I do appreciate that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to scroll down the chat, and I will answer questions for people who haven't had many answered, or who are brand new people, just to make sure everybody gets a chance. Like I said, it is a bit of a quick one today. I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to be on a lot more often. And if you are a member, there's going to be a poll or something for the next members channeling, or I'll at least do a post about it. Sorry, not channeling, crystal ball. Although we do need another channeling. Yes, we need both, don't we? We need a channeling and a crystal ball. So yeah, I'll be planning those very soon as well. Let me just bear with me one moment. Just refer to this. So yeah, so we have the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will all have a stream on them. Late, like kind of a little bit earlier than this one was. Tomorrow, there's a possibility of a stream, kind of afternoon time, but I can't confirm that yet because I'm busy in the morning, and I like to confirm things because I'm happy to run over sessions with people. I never get to like the hour and say, no, you've had an hour, goodbye. You know, I'm very, you know, I have to hold space for people to possibly go over if they need to. As I do, you know, I do spells, I do Reiki, cleansing, sound healing, home cleansing, and I do all different types of readings. So I have a lot of in-depth readings as well, like rune, crystal ball, tarot, candle wax reading, tea leaf reading, and all of that. If you are looking for a more in-depth reading than the ones on stream, you're very welcome, or like I said, a session, a Reiki, anything like that. You're very welcome to check out my website, which is in the description of the video. It's secretfrequencies.com/shop. Just have like a little browse on there if you don't feel like anything right now. You might want a reading one day. You might gravitate back to me, you know. So yeah, you're very welcome to check that out. They're very reasonably priced readings. But yeah, so we might do afternoon one tomorrow if we can fit it in. But there will be one Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But do bear in mind, one of those might be members. So if you're not a member, you might only have 2 days. And that's all I have so far due to my schedule. But yeah, so I'm trying to stream pretty much daily if possible. So it's really nice to have all of you guys come in. But let's see. Miss Venus. Sometimes O has these random moments of extra sweetness. And yesterday he told me, my girl, always supporting me. Oh, always supporting me. Why did he randomly... I was like reading the hee. Why did he randomly tell me this? Why does he have these random moments? Okay. So it does seem to be like, it's not. I don't really feel like it's random moments. I feel like he always feels that way, but there's different things that maybe prompt him to really express it. You know, I feel like sometimes as well he feels a bit like should I, shouldn't I? Like almost like where are you at the moment? You know, because I do feel like he doesn't think that he's the only guy you're talking to. So I feel like sometimes there's a pull back a little bit, you know, like let her do her thing and what she wants to do, and sometimes there's like gravitating towards you. I don't really feel like his feelings change, but I feel like his not I would say courage because I don't necessarily feel like he has like anxious energy or anything, but I would say just kind of like feeling like it's okay to do it and you'll reciprocate it kind of thing, you know. Let's see. Oh, Kieran hasn't had one yet today. Sarfaraz um, Rahaman, apologies if I pronounce that incorrectly. Current feelings and intentions for me. Okay. So I feel like these feelings are highly positive. I feel like this person thinks quite highly of you, and this person's quite. There's a bit of a draw to you, I would say. So that's nice. Thank you, Catherine, for moderating that. I greatly appreciate that. I just want to ask as well, do we have any Hindu people? Like, is any of the community like Hindu religion? I get a bit. I'm pretty sure some of you are, but I'm just asking because there's a huge Hindu event going on in Liverpool on the weekend, and I really want to go, so I might stream it. So I'm just curious if anyone was Hindu. Kieran, oh yeah, I did that one. Sorry. Pumpkin, will I be able to get Molly back eventually? There's a possibility. It seems like there is a possibility. Satchgal, hello. Jasmine, what are his intentions towards me? I'm assuming he has none, or to stay away because of the way he feels. Yeah, at the moment I am leaning to stay away because of the way he feels. I am leaning to that at the moment. Definitely would like to keep a check on him. Lisa, how is RC currently feeling towards me? There feels to be a little bit of something that's not great. Don't know if it's a misunderstanding or an old conflict or something like that. There seems to be something that's a little bit off in the back of the mind, but then there is a positive energy as well. So it feels like the majority of the energy is quite a likable, okay energy, but there's a little something niggling that's not great, unfortunately. So sorry to say that. Um, Let me see. I just want to see. Do we have many new people in or Cassie Beauty? Cass Beauty, sorry, I said Cassie. Did H actually like me? So let me try it. Like I said, full name and date of birth does help me connect a bit better, but I will still try it. Did H actually like me? So I'm getting a yes on that, although the energy does feel kind of like superficial, you know? It feels a bit superficial, but I am getting a yes. Michael Bluka. Um, yeah, it's just specific questions for the crystal ball. Sorry. But you're very welcome. You're very welcome to join the community. Noah, stay. I'm not really sure what you're saying with that message, but I appreciate the beautiful emojis. Let me see. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like there's quite a lot of messages that I'm not getting here. But yeah, so I will do my best to. Well, I'm going to do a poll. I think I'll do a poll for the members now. Sadia says make a wish is angel numbers. Oh, Amazing. Chelsea Daly, welcome back. I think I have seen you before. Will I get the job at MDS Communications? Okay. I'm actually getting a high chance on that, so best of luck to you. I'm getting a high chance there. Oh. Noor, does Faisal see Noor as a person? Yeah, you only had one question, so we'll do that one. Yeah, I do get a yes on that. Jan, I really appreciate the moderating. Thank you very much. Or Jasmine, sorry. Is that Jasmine? I'm so sorry. But yes, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I need to do Miss Venus's idea and pin Jasmine's comment to the chat, but it takes me forever to get down to the comment, that's all. Ma, hello, welcome. Oh, Tamika, I need 55,000 after tax Australian dollars to survive living in Italy each year. Will the job I get in Italy after I finish my master's course full time cover the cost, or do I need 2 jobs? Okay. So I'm actually guessing that it wouldn't completely cover the costs initially. There may be opportunity to level up, go up, so yeah, unfortunately, there might be some bit more help needed there. And the Polly angel card. Yeah, sorry, you haven't had anything. Here you are. You can have an angel card. It says, remember who you are. Archangel Michael, you are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. Yeah, I think sometimes we forget that we all actually are fragments of the divine source energy, So yeah, you are divine. Don't forget it. Very nice. Firebird says, how I found this one interesting. How accurate are my tarot reading interpretations? I'm practicing. Amazing. I would love a reading from you, but yeah, let's see what we get. I'm getting around 60% mark at the moment, so it's not, the best you can do. I'm sure you can improve that, but it's over 50, and it's good. That's good. So very good for you, I'm sure, with a bit more practice. And also, maybe feel like trusting your intuition a little bit more, because sometimes you pull a card and you know the meaning from the book, but sometimes you're guided to interpret it slightly differently. Go with that guidance. You can get more accurate readings when you kind of veer off and go with your own guidance a little bit, Tamika, are the fees more than 5,000 for the death insurance payout? And are the fees legal fees or probate fees or death insurance? Or the death insurance payout fees, okay? So I do seem to be getting about this a little bit more than 5,000 coming through here, but it also seems like this is a combination of fees. It doesn't feel like it's one fee. It feels like a combination of 2 different things. So I hope that goes as best as it can. We get taxed and feed on everything, don't we? Which is terrible. Ask Lila, or ask Lila, I think. When a relationship with my daughter will improve? Okay. Like around April time next year, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Oh, Miss Venus, am I part of the Kimura order from Sirius? Do I have a fractal of my oversolver? Okay. I get a yes on that, so that's very interesting. I love the spiritual questions, so yeah, so a very interesting question there in the chat. And ask Lila, did Adrian think about me during the last days? Yes, I do get a yes on that. Tamika, will I need to move to London in 2027 because Italy doesn't work out, or will everything will work out in Italy? So I see like a high chance of things working out in Italy. I see a high chance of it. Sorry. Livia, who is the man coming towards me? Is he younger or older? Is he coming for stable relationship? Okay. And hello and welcome. It's nice to see you. I'm actually getting slightly younger. So slightly younger. But I do feel like there's a desire for something very stable and, you know, just kind of steady and stable. So yes, I would say, and long term. Featherbrain, hello and welcome. Livia says, do I know him already or is he from somewhere else? Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like not knowing him quite yet, so not knowing him already. Featherbrain says multi-platform streaming. No, I'm just on YouTube. You know, I like YouTube. Chelsea Daly, yes, I'm certain you'll have luck coming to you. We all have phases that we go through with our karma and our energies. You will have that wheel of fortune will turn. It does for everyone in some way or another. So I'm not doing zodiac readings, Featherbrain. I'm very sorry. It's just crystal ball. I'm not doing zodiac here. I'm not quite good enough to do star sign readings at the moment. I'm more like crystal ball, tarot, things like that. Sarah, oh, Jesus loves me. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Jesus. Casey joins. Hello, welcome. It's always lovely to see new people. Paul, hello. The video quality seems good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nice to see you. Casey joins says you look like the goddess of the universe. I'm sorry I couldn't skip that. That is such a sweet thing to say. Love, light and blessings. Oh my gosh. I've been getting so many not very nice comments today. I really appreciate that. We get some creeps from time to time, but I feel like a lot of very positive people do gravitate here, so I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that. Leander Kuini? Luanda Kuini? I'm really not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. She says, will I be TikTok famous? Okay, so it is, but I do feel like answering the questions when I have your full name and date of birth is a little bit easier. I connect with your energy a bit better, but I am going to do the question for you. So let's do that. Yeah, so it seems like you do have the potential to get like a decent following. It seems like you do have the potential to go, you know, quite well on that. So yeah, I would say like be consistent with what you're doing. It seems like you do have the potential to get, you know, a decent amount of followers, I would say. And best of luck to you. Ella, does my XT think about me? Okay, really lovely to see you as well. So let's see. Yes, I get confirmation on that, Ella. Featherbrain, goodbye. Cat Goddess, hello. Hello, welcome. Cat Goddess says, will I get to have my desired genuine connection with my desired person? So yeah, we'll check on that. I'm trying to connect just with your YouTube name, so do bear in mind, not quite as accurate as if I have your full name and date of birth, or if we were doing an in-person reading, perhaps. But let's see. Will I get to have my desired genuine connection with my desired person? Okay. So actually, I am getting a yes on that, but it just seems a little distant. It doesn't seem very soon, unfortunately. Marianne, hello. Yes, you haven't been in the stream. There you are. Chakra, you have abundance. Oh, have you not? Did you not get this recently? It's so solar plexus chakra and abundance. So sometimes the reason why we need to work on our solar plexus for abundance is because we limit ourselves. Sometimes we don't realize we put a ceiling to where we can achieve to because we don't believe in ourselves. Sometimes we see other people doing really well, and there's kind of this inner subconscious voice that's thinking that could never be me, I would never quite get there. You need to release that. You need to not heal, but work on your solar plexus a little bit. Kind of amplify it, make sure you have self-belief, self-confidence, and all of those things. Yeah. So that's really nice for Marianne. Abundance is available. Just believe in yourself. Mag, hello, welcome. And yeah, so we'll just do this one question from Marianne. Does a stray cat want to live at my house? At the moment, the cat only comes in for food and then goes outside afterwards. So I'm getting a no on that, unfortunately. It seems like this cat is fed in a few different places. So that's really interesting. But yeah, cats can be greedy. Aparna, hello and welcome. I'm very well. I hope you are well. So more specific questions for the crystal ball if you can, but I will make sure that I get to at least one of each person if possible. So Mag says, will we live together this month or next month? So yeah, next month looks much more possible. And thank you, Mag, that's very sweet. Oh, the chat's completely turned around now and I'm getting compliments. Very nice, I appreciate that, guys. As the kind of girl, hello and welcome. Aparna, do you see me getting rich? If yes, what year and in which career? I love a cult. Oh, amazing. Yeah, so I'm seeing like the more abundant energy is in around 3 years time. So I'm seeing more abundant energy in around 3 years time. And I'm not getting a field, like a work field that you'll be in, but it does seem to be like you work towards something. It's not like a winning, it's not like a winning the lottery. Not to say that you can't win anything, but this particular like kind of more positive abundance that seems like it can last a bit. It seems like it's something you've worked towards a little bit. But yeah, so 3 years I'm seeing there. I wouldn't say like super rich, but I would say like it's a good energy. Avocado Girl, you're very welcome to ask a question. I appreciate the full name and date of birth, but I don't see a question from you. But yeah, hello and welcome. So if you are new, my name is Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. I am kind of jumping off now, but if you have one question, you're very welcome to post it and leave your full name and date of birth if possible. I will just do it by your YouTube name if you want that, or it is more accurate when I can connect with your energy a bit more, basically. Oh, Aparna says I'm Hindu. Yeah, so it's called I forgot what it's called. Hold on 1 second. I want to just find it. It'll be in my recent searches, I think. I'm just trying to find my history. Oh yeah, Yatha Ratra. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that's Yatha Ratra. It says that there's a celebration for that on the Saturday, pretty close to me, a very short drive from me. So I'm quite interested. I want to go to a. There's going to be they're doing like food. They're having celebrations. I think there's people carried on like what do you call those things where like four people hold it and they're like kind of being carried. Um, and there's henna being done as well. So I'm sure I will get a henna. Um, Interesting. Yes, it's festive season. Amazing. Remixed beat. Hello and welcome. Yeah, so Yata Ratra, I believe. So yeah, I really wanted to do that. I think I saw it one year and they like dance around the streets. It looks really playful and nice. So I'm really interested to do that. To attend that. I want to stream it if possible. Michelle, is Louis going to visit me? Let's see what we can get from that. I'm actually getting a yes on that. Do bear in mind it's not as how do I say? Accurate without accurate without the full name and date of birth. It's not quite as accurate, but I am getting a yes. So at least there's a bit of hope there. Lisa says this that resonates is the negative energy you picked up from all of them feeling regret from betraying me or being in the wrong. Oh, let's see. Yes. So confirmation for that, I think yes. Livia, you're very welcome. Thank you as well. Like, I really appreciate like the compliments, nice comments, people being lovely. You're very welcome. Kakura says, same. I like YouTube even if it's more like weird tube sometimes. Yeah, it really depends, you know, it really does depend. Sometimes it's the time of day or just the kind of people you happen to attract for some strange reason. But the last stream was a protection stream and we had like a few trolls. And then as this stream progressed, it got better. So maybe the protection is working on that. Honestly, Venus, we love you. Okay, ignore the crazy hate comments. We love you and your energy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I find it quite easy to not let things bother me. Of course, I'm human, and you know, occasionally things do. I do feel like I think it's a Libra trait. Libras are quite good at like moving on and just, you know, leaving things in the past. It's one thing that Libras are a little bit good at. So not making decisions though. Michelle says wants a Louise, sorry, wants a relationship with me. I guess I'm gonna no on that one. Miss Venus, just so welcome. Yatra? It might be. Maybe I said that wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sarah, did Richard spend last weekend decorating for his uncle, and is it true that he has to go back again this weekend to finish? So I'm getting confirmation that he did go. I'm not really seeing anything about this weekend though. I don't want to say no entirely, but I don't think so. I'm not convinced on that. But still a love card for you. You have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So passion is sacral chakra, creative energy, intimate energy, things like that. Maybe finding a spark for something that you want to do in life and things like that as well. Upon says it's a very beautiful celebration. Lord Jagannath, if I say, I'm really sorry if I pronounce things wrong, carried on a huge carriage and it is very pretty. Yeah, I thought there was like a specific name for those things that are carried up. I'm not sure. But yeah, I really hope to see it. I hope to at least film it if I can't stream it. I think it will be really beautiful. Um, you're welcome. Of course, you're welcome. I'm so sorry for people who. Yeah, I'm really sorry if I only got to like a few questions of yours. I'm really sorry about that, but I was only meant to be on for an hour right now because it's just late. It's just late here now. I need to wind down a little bit. But okay, so like I said, there's going to be that. Was it Thursday? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They all have a stream of some sort on there, but one of them might be a member stream. So if you're not a member, there'll be two streams for you. But yeah, just look out for those. If you haven't ticked the notification bell, please do that, because the mobile streams like this one, they're not scheduled. They'll never be on my YouTube homepage. They just come on like that. I do post schedules of what's going to come up when I can plan in advance on the posts section of YouTube. So if you are kind of like, I haven't seen Venus on a stream for a while, go to that post section. I'll probably say something like crystal ball tomorrow. I'll just make just little posts, picture things, just to try to give some kind of a schedule. Because for some reason I can't schedule these actually on YouTube. But okay, so that is the end of the stream. I really, really appreciate everyone who came. So sorry that it was so short. So sorry for those of you who did not get many questions answered. But like I said, all of my information is in the description of the video. Even if you just want to check out my website just to see the kind of things I offer, you don't necessarily have to buy something right now, but everything is very reasonably priced. I do Reiki, cleanses, more in-depth readings. We have crystal ball rune, tarot, candle wax, all types of readings that you might want, and just a little bit more in-depth than they are on stream. And they're very reasonably priced, like I said, very reasonably priced. Or other than that, there's my Discord, Facebook, and email. So if you want to message me about anything, have suggestions about streams, have questions, queries, anything like that, I do reply. You're very welcome to reach out to me if you feel that you need to. And yeah, so that's Discord, Facebook, and email. So I'm sure you'll have one of those if you want to connect with me. Don't be shy. Feel free to reach out to me. And take care of yourself. Love, light, and blessings. I really hope to see you very soon.